Welcome everybody. With me, we have our March Student of the Month, Autumn Taylor. Autumn Taylor, how are you today?
I'm doing pretty good, honestly.
That's great.
Especially after a long break. Makes it, sort of refreshes you. So it's been hard getting back into it.
Sure. We were just coming off our spring break of sorts. We had a couple days off. Did you do anything fun over the break?
Fun is interesting. I worked mostly, and then I went to my aunt's house and dog sat for pretty much all the time.
Gotcha. Very cool. So right now we're sitting in the tech shop of the Performing Arts Center. Why are we sitting in the tech shop of the Performing Arts Center?
Because I am a techie. I'm in tech for the theater, and currently we're working on, obviously, our musical.
Gotcha. And then, so behind us are some things that you helped create and design and color and all the things. I'll be sure not to touch them so I don't mess up anything for the set. But it looks great. So talk about that. So being involved kind of more behind the scenes a little bit. Talk about the impact that's had on you or why you enjoy doing that.
Well, it's pretty much just an excuse to do art for like 2 hours every day, or 3 hours every day, depends on how long we go, And it's a way to be involved in theater, and I don't actually have to be on stage, which seems paralyzing. Go all theater people, honestly. And it's made me do projects that I never thought I would before. Usually I work on a smaller scale on little canvases and such, but working on such a large scale like these, and particularly when we were doing posters during the movie game, made me realize I could do things that I never thought I could before. That's
great. So going ahead, I'm going to jump a little bit. So like post-high school aspirations, is this something you will look to continue? With that art background or being involved in maybe theater productions, things like that, is that something you'll look to continue?
Probably not theater productions, but I always want to keep doing my art. And this has helped me, improve at that. So I'll just keep doing that in my free time and focus more on school.
That's great. And another thing that I've noticed, just around the school, always got the headphones on, so obviously music is a huge part of your life as well. Maybe talk about that. What has music meant to you in addition to art during your time?
Well, music, I'm in band, and I've also been learning guitar for the past 3 months. I've been doing that every day. On my own, so it's not been going super smoothly, but it's been going great and I've been enjoying it a lot. Music, it's honestly part of why I love waking up in the morning. I wake up, I put on my headphones, and I listen to whatever band or whatever genre I'm interested in at the time. And it just it's such a simple way to make my day so much better.
That's great. If we were to turn on, back in my day it was the iPod, but if we were to turn on, whatever music, what would we hear? What was the first thing that we would hear on your
On
phone?
mine?
Yeah.
Oh, it changes from time to time. Currently, with the guitar thing, I've been obsessed with early 2000s punk rock around, particularly like Sum 41 and the Fratellis and such.
Okay, very cool. That's kind of back in my area. So
it is.
Some of the music that I listen to. So that's great. Well, great to have an outlet.
Oh yeah.
Things like that. So obviously, music is important to you. Art's important, but you kind of throw a bunch of weight around on the powerlifting team, right? So talk about that.
Powerlifting. It's something that I first got into when I was doing tennis and stuff like that. We would have the weight room days, and I realized I love tennis, yeah, but I honestly prefer lifting the weights more than I do tennis. So hey, maybe I should do that. And yeah, and I ended up doing that in freshman year, and I loved it, and I've been doing it ever since. And I do it over the summer with my mom, and it's a way to bond.
So that's great. So looking ahead, obviously we're going to graduate here. Like 6 weeks? May 12th. May 12th. It is coming and coming quickly. What does that look like for post-secondary? So that next step for you, what does that look like?
So I am intending on going to college. I'm planning on going to University of Minnesota, the Twin Cities, because I've wanted to be in a big city my entire life, and I figured, hey, college is a good time to do sort of preview of that, And I'm planning on going into chemical engineering or computer science. I keep flopping between the two.
Okay.
And I'm hoping to get an internship there because they've got a really great research program.
That's great. Very cool. The campus is awesome. Very pretty. Very, very cool.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
That's great. So a lot has gone into this point. So we have 6 weeks left, but we have the 12. However many years before that. There's has to have been someone along the way that helped you out or has meant something to you. Who would that be in the K-12 system and why?
My favorite teacher through the entire K-12 system was probably Mrs. Brott, back when she was teaching gifted.
Okay.
Because she always encouraged everyone, like everyone including me, and she would talk with us one-on-one, and whenever I was talking about any individual projects that I wanted to do, she'd encourage me, but she wouldn't, push me to do it. She'd make sure I have like my own internal motivation, and she's the reason why I've decided to why I have pushed myself so hard, honestly, in some circumstances, especially with projects, because I don't know, she made me realize how fun they can be just by supporting me in them.
That's great. And a very powerful message to carry forward as well.
Okay.
So on that note, that was instilled in you early on and you've carried that through. If you could give a piece of advice back to freshman you or the freshmen here at school, or what would that be?
You're going to change. You're going to be a different person, and don't expect to be the same person throughout the entire school year. 4 years is a long time, especially during high school when you're changing a lot and things are so fast paced. So don't be afraid of that change and just accept that you are going to be a different person, but you're going to be a better person.
Powerful stuff. That's great. Obviously, your family, the impact of your family on your at least your high school journey. What would you share with them as you're coming up on graduation? And maybe they're going to kick you out on the 13th of May and say, we're done with you. I'd be surprised if that happened, but if you could share a message with your family, what would that be?
With my family. Thank you, mostly. Thank you for putting up with all of my crap whenever I have, spewed it. And you've supported me through everything, and honestly, genuinely, I could not have had better parents or a better brother. So hopefully you can keep putting up with my crap for another 6 weeks or so.
Then after that, it's all gloves are off, and then
Oh yeah, after that, obviously you're gonna chuck me right out on the street and I'm gone,
That's great. Well, great accomplishments during your time here at the high school. We're incredibly proud of everything you've done. We'll continue to do, and encompassing what we want as a Brandon Valley graduate, everything you're involved with, and hopefully that has prepared you for whatever you want to do going forward. So congratulations on being the March Student of the Month. But before we go, we have one last question.
Right.
Your favorite type of ice cream?
Asking the hard-hitting questions, I see. All right. Honestly, I'm probably gonna have to think about this one more than any of the other ones. Let's think. Probably, for sentimentality's sake, I will say Moose Tracks ice cream, because that's what my mom has always gotten for me and my brother when we were younger, and she continues to do so. So it's just nostalgia, And also chocolate. Love chocolate.
That's great. Great answer. So again, congratulations on everything you've done, and we'll continue to do. We're very proud of you. So thank you everybody for tuning in. Have a great day.